This 26 Sports high school basketball presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
35-26, the Mount Pleasant Oilers with the lead over the Cadillac Vikings. Non-conference boys basketball action here at Cadillac High School, presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated, High Point Cadillac GMC, Trend Designers, Dynamic Physical Therapy, and Pack Mail Pizza Plus, keeping our crew well fed, if not our announcers. Jay Simon, Kevin Gregory with you. Final regular season contest for both of these teams as they head into postseason play next week. Looking to get a win and go in on a positive note. Vikings, I know for sure, will play on Monday night in a quarterfinal as they have drawn Benzie Central as Quinn misses the short jumper. Supposed to play Benzie a couple of weeks ago, got canceled because of snow, never got rescheduled, so they will meet in the quarterfinal as Logan Buchkowski with his first field goal of the game.
Yeah, you mentioned that Benzie game. They weren't able to make that up. It would have been nice to get a look at your first-round opponent.
And they're going to get Quinn for the travel on the inside. Just underway here in the fourth. 11-point Oiler lead. It's been tight for the most part. Oilers did pull away for a 6-point lead at the half. Vikings have hung around, but it's been stuff like that. Tempe Black is going to draw the foul on the floor. That's been difficult to stop for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's been a steady diet of Tempe Black and Obi Rickenstrick off the dribble, creating their own offense. And I think, you know, as this game is now an 11-point game and it was a lot tighter earlier, that's been the turning point, is them able to create their own offense, because neither team in the half-court set is able to do pretty much anything the way the defense has been being played. So their ability to create off the dribble has been the difference.
The initial call was that the foul was on the floor, but Tempe Black is now at the line as one of the officials went over to explain to Coach Benzenberg the difference. I thought the foul was in the air, but Black makes the first. I was surprised that they said it was on the floor, and now they've corrected that.
Yeah, I thought it was while he was shooting.
Black back irons the second, and Quinn Crago chases down the rebound. Brooks throws it off Ingram's leg, gets it back. 17-footer, no good. Daniels taps the rebound, though, to Barczewski. Quinn trying to find Daniels across the lane, but Rickenstrick gets a paw on it. 6:40 to go. Up ahead for Ingram. He'll let it fly. No good. Barczewski with the weak side board. 6.5 to go in the ball game. Ethan Baker against Bailey Mitchell. Looking down low for Daniels, tapped away by Ingram. Here comes Black. Tempe Black into the paint, and not sure who. Coach Shell looking at Tempe Black and kind of laughing. I don't know if Tempe thought that was a teammate, coach over there, or I didn't see any blue shirts in the way.
He heard a familiar voice, that's for sure.
Maybe that's what it was, yeah. You like to see a coach laugh about a mistake every now and then. Buchkowski gets the turnover. Ingram stops, pops, fires, drains.
He's a really good shooter. You know, he doesn't have a ton of points tonight, but he's definitely a kid that's not afraid to let it fly. He's got a good look in strokes, got some range to him. You know, it's another offensive threat starting to get a little roll here from Mount Pleasant as they're pulling away a bit here in Cadillac.
We've got local radio coverage of this game as well, and Bill Barnett, I'm going to go ahead and name drop. Bill Barnett, Todd Dolnick doing that radio coverage. Bill has a wireless microphone, so it's fascinating because the two of them are doing play-by-play, but Bill is on the opposite side of the gym sitting in the bleachers, and Todd is in the crow's nest on the other side. It's fascinating stuff. I imagine as long as you can hear each other, it doesn't really matter where you are, right?
I wish we could do that. I wouldn't have to stand next to you. You're always making short jokes, telling me I got a face for radio. Everybody knows it's true. You don't got to point it out.
Never say anything about the ladder And the former, I only make jokes when we can be seen on television before we go live, so it's not my fault.
He's a funny guy. He's a funny guy, folks. We're lucky to have him here in My News 26. It's been a fun year. I've enjoyed the heck out of being able to see a bunch of different teams come to Cadillac. We appreciate everything My News 26 is doing. Cadillac Casting, all our sponsors, doing what they do to allow this to happen.
Hashtag truth, as the kids would say.
If only I could have got my hands on a piece or two of Pizza Plus. Oh, wait, I did.
If only I could have got my hands on a piece or two of Pizza Plus. Not a single slice all year, but our thanks to them keeping our crew fed. 5:40 to go in the ball game. Barczewski, hesitation dribble. McTaggart finds himself open. Uses the friendly rim.
As a senior night, you get 2 Tootsie Rolls on senior night. The Tootsie Roll on the rim.
40-29. Mount Pleasant with the lead. Tempe Black now finding himself in the Baker zone. Buchkowski to Ingram for Rickenstricht. 3-ball is good.
They start adding the outside shooting with the ability to get to the rim off the dribble.
Well, Obi Rickenstricht, I don't even think he left his feet. That's barely get the Tustin area phone book underneath you. As Quinn Kragle with a nice move gets to the rim and lays it in.
Why it gotta be Tustin? Why it can't be like
because
Merritt
that's
or
one of the
something?
smaller phone books I'm aware of. What do you got to take it personally for? You didn't
Why
grow
it can't
up there.
be like Boone or something?
You didn't grow up there.
My wife did.
Ask her if she grew up in a small town.
The metropolis that is the Tustin area.
4:35 to go in the game. Buchkowski wants to get in on the fun. Can't drain the 3. Oh, our director telling me maybe I should be using the Leroy area phone book instead of Tustin.
It's Leroy, thank you.
Genema taking it to the rack, no call. And Black comes up with it. Here's Rickenstricht. He'll stop pop from 19 and knock it down.
Whoa, that's a heat shot. He got off the ground on that 3-pointer.
And they're going to discuss whether or not that was a 3-pointer. They called it a 2 initially. And they're going to ask for some help.
The one on the near wing towards us last time barely gets the Leroy phone book underneath him. That time, it's 4 feet in the air.
Yeah,
got off the ground.
That was War and Peace. No, not even that book would cover it. He's well off the ground. No, they're going to say it was a 2.
Yeah, he definitely left about 4 feet behind the line.
Yeah, Coach
he
Shell
landed
said,
on the line, but that's
yes,
irrelevant.
Yes, he definitely. I would, and we'll have replay next year, so we'd be able to get that.
And a telestrator. I'll draw lines. I'll draw a little arrow from the 3-point line to where his feet were at.
I honestly didn't think he took off.
Between.
I didn't think he took off 4 feet behind the line. I thought he was a lot closer than that, but. I mean, if you're taking off 4 feet behind the line, I don't think there'd be much confusion, would there?
You got older eyes, though. It was clearly.
Well, that's a fair point.
3.5. I'll give you 3.5. All right, it's probably 2, but it was behind the line.
In any case, it's a bucket, and now here's another Oilers steal as they're beginning to impose their will with 3:45 to go in the game. Black, why not? Air ball saved. And the Cadillac Vikings coming the other way. Baker avoids the rush from the other side. Skip pass finds McTaggart. Over Black. Back iron. Quinn Krago. Strong rebound. Trying to find Genema, and it's taken away by Rickenstricht. Nice steal by Barczewski, and now we're going to get a cheap one by Rickenstricht as he bodies him up. I was just about to say, Kevin, that, and you can attest to this because I have absolutely no idea what it's like, but I've noticed when watching ballers, sometimes they get a little extra bounce in their step when they're really feeling it. They start going behind the back a little more often. They start fading a little on the jumpers. You can just sense that they're feeling it as that. I think it's a Kia commercial for with Blake Griffin says they're in the zone.
Yeah, man. I mean,
just about to say that Rickenstricht, I think, feels the zone as Gavin Daniels finds his way underneath. Great look, I believe, from Barczewski, and Gavin Daniels gets on the board.
Get a couple 3 balls to drop, taking your guy off the dribble, finishing at the rack a few times, get a little more juice in your knees, get a little more bounce in your step. get a little more swag in your game, however you want to put it. But, I mean, it's a real thing, and it just focuses you and get a little heat check, and all of a sudden your form's a little tighter and your focus is a little brighter. You can see it happening.
I have absolutely no idea what you're describing.
It's about all the rhymes I can do right now, so I'm tapped out. I'll kick it over to you. It's the best I could do.
It's a 45-33 Mount Pleasant lead as the Vikings doing their best to stay within shouting distance here. Cam McTaggart has had a few open looks. I think what I liked best about his last 3 attempt was the pass was a good look. He was wide open, but by the time he was able to collect the pass, they had come in on him. Tempe Black especially was bearing down on him, and Cam took it.
Yeah.
He still stroked it. He back ironed it, but he still stroked it, and that's confidence. You want to see that out of him, especially heading into the postseason.
And you have to take that shot right now. And the reality is, this 12-point game with just under 3 to go, it seems like a lot more, but it's only 12. I mean, you hit a shot like that, you get into single digits. The speed of the game is starting to pick up.
That's just 3 unicorns.
That's just 3 unicorns.
Rickham Strict inside. Finds somebody to help him out. 2:50 to go here in the game.
Unicorn being a 4-point play, everybody. 3-pointer and a foul.
Yes.
Just in case you were wondering. He's
Rickham
not
Strict.
hallucinating.
3, no good. Daniels with the strong rebound. Now, I've only mentioned that once this season, so that is an obscure reference. I apologize. 2.5 to go in the game. Baker picks up his dribble up top. Barczewski still doing this radio style. I'm going to get used to TV someday. Describing the action. You can see the action, folks, thanks to our fine camera work. Barczewski into the paint, and the offensive charge drawn by Warren Ricketts.
Takes courage.
Yeah, I'm feeling rickety just watching him get up right now.
Takes courage standing in. You know, we mentioned at the beginning of the game when Quinn did it. Number 40, Logan. I'm just going to call him Logan from Mount Pleasant. Tough last name. Buczkowski stood in and took it. And now Warren Ricketts did it. It's tough to stand in there, guy barreling down on you to get that call, but it's a great play, and good for him for standing there, feet set. No question, it was a charge.
2:08 remaining. Black gets it to Rickham Strict. Cut off by Crago. Well done. Black, 3 ball. Good.
Feet set, just a little better looking than his last heat check shot, but yeah, they're starting to heat up a little bit. This is something Coach Shell was talking about. He told me before the game that they shoot the ball real well, and we're starting to see it here in the second half.
Barczewski's 3 is slightly off the mark. Tough shot. If you don't take a lot and you've got a blue shirt bearing down on you, I'd have been even further off on that.
Yeah, that length and the athleticism on the challenge on the shots is really starting to bother him.
Quinn actually got a hand on that, but Warren Ricketts able to finish. Strength and hang time, as on the other end, Vinny Genema in the right spot. Great look. Minute 14 remaining in this one. And we're going to get 10-second violation on the Oilers. So we get some wholesale substitutions for both teams. Want to mention live that you're being trash talked by the aforementioned Mike Stambaugh. We name dropped him, and now he's trash talking you, wanting to know if my color analyst actually knows what he's talking about.
I just want to be a blessing to him. I'm just glad he's here in the house. Thank you, Mike. Good seeing you, buddy.
Rensbury in the corner for Fish. Can't make the 3. Caden Dennis gets into the paint, puts it up. A lot of bodies colliding as Joey Sundstrom with the fadeaway. And we're going to get a 30-second timeout by the Vikings as Joey, who a month or so ago was the favorite player of our little fans when we had the fan night there. We had the kids, a bunch of kids in the house on that night, and we had 3 of them in the pregame segment. Joey got 2 out of 3 votes.
Good kid. Go to church with them. He gives my kids donuts, so clearly they're going to say Joey's my favorite player. My favorite player, too.
Wait a minute. I had no idea he was bribing to get that title.
No, he doesn't bribe him to get the title. He just, when he sees him, he usually got some sort of snack for him, and the kids get the varsity players come to the local elementary schools. It's a cool thing Cadillac does, and the kids eat it up. And since they know him and it's a familiar face.
Well, there you go. Dakota Pike wanted to know. Joey's my favorite player now. If he gives me donuts. 42 ticks remaining in this one. Vikings trying to get another 10-second call. Corner 3 from Terrence Hunt is good. Terrence Hunt making a case for more minutes on this Oiler team. Hunter Rensbury. Dennis, lefty drive, lost the handle, but it's going to be touched by Bailey Mitchell, so it'll stay Viking basketball. 15.5 ticks remaining. Stradowski trying to get it into Fisher, taken away by Cameron Mitchell, who put it off his own foot behind his back. Should have been a double dribble, I think. 6 seconds to go.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. Terrence Hunt, I thought for sure would throw up a heat check 3 there with a few seconds remaining. But that will do it here in Cadillac as the Mount Pleasant Oilers with the 53-37 win over the Vikings to close out the regular season. Fun and games is over with. Postseason basketball will be starting next week, and both these teams hoping to make some noise as the Vikings will take on Benzie Central on Monday night. We'll be back in a moment with some thoughts and stats from this one. Post-game show coming up here on 9 News 26 Sports. Back in a moment.